This podcast is part of the Zero to Hero Podcast Network.
AvenuePodcast.net.
Hello, all my beautiful people. It is time for a fun episode with my kids this time. They've been asking for a little bit to come back on the show, and I had a little bit of time to get them on here. As you know, I stay pretty busy with this show, so I'm really glad that I was able to get them on. And actually, all of the subjects that we talk about today, they actually decided on themselves, and I'm really excited for you guys to hear this episode. I don't really do stuff like this very often, but I am excited to be able to bring them on. They were both really excited to do this, so I hope that you guys enjoy this, and I hope that my kids enjoy it because I know that they're probably listening too. And for those of you who are here just to hear this episode, welcome. I hope that you enjoy what you hear, and I hope that you stick around and listen to some of the other great episodes I have here as well. So, if you guys are as excited as I am, then let's get this show on the road.
If you give a dad a podcast. Hey, Dad.
So where did you actually train at?
I made a really good career out of being able to bump, sell, and I had a punch me face.
I wasn't about to call you dad, so.
Seriously?
I felt like it was in an anime or something.
People get really mad at those videos for some reason. Like, it triggers certain people, yeah.
Wow.
I was actually lost as an infant, and I was taken in by a traveling group of independent wrestlers.
I love it. I'm excited for this one.
Bro.
Get punched in the face on the daily. Do you always do these interviews with your shirt off?
What?
Man, this guy won't shut up.
Alright everybody, so today I have a really cool episode with two returning guests technically, because they were on episode, I believe it was 3 is what it was. It was the first time I had Joran on the show. We talked about whenever we went to Comic-Con, and I have both of my children with me today. I'm very happy to have them both here. Y'all say hi.
Hi. Hi.
So, the subjects that we have picked out today, they actually helped me pick it out. And so we're going to kind of just talk all over the place. And hopefully you guys will enjoy our conversation that we have. So, yeah. How have y'all been doing?
I've been doing fine. I've been okay.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I think the last time I had you guys on, it was over a year ago is when I had you guys on the episode. Because it was, I'm over a year in, and I'm almost a year and a half into the podcast now. So,
It's been certainly a long time.
Yeah, it has. So, some of the subjects that we have on here, like I said, they all kind of came up with them with me. So, I think first one we're going to talk about is we found a story about in Japan, they have created a real-life Pikachu.
I think it's pretty funny, honestly.
It's weird, because isn't it an eel, like an electric eel in a...
So what they did is what the article said is they spliced like DNA together, and to get the electrical, because Pikachu's an electric type Pokemon.
The electric eel.
They use the electric eel as to get the electric side of...
Where's the Pikachu? Like?
So it's like it looks like a little rat kind of thing almost. Is
it big or small?
So it's like about as big as both your hands put together like this. It's a little dude. But in the article, it said that they left the animal at home with their family pet, and when they came home, their family pet was dead. So apparently this thing is highly territorial.
Yeah, doesn't seem too safe.
Yeah, next thing you know, they're going to come up with Charizard and Mewtwo.
The second they come up with Mewtwo, the whole world's done.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, if they do Mewtwo, because then you have psychic powers going on there, and you don't want somebody giving you a Psywave. So.
Yeah, I honestly think the Pikachu's honestly kind of cool.
It's cool but scary because you don't know what could happen with it possibly.
Right. I mean, they're messing with weird things in science that it's kind of a theoretical field, I guess you could say, or it's experimental. So
It could go wrong or right.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's like them messing with like AI and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know,
that stuff's weird. A giant bee drill.
Oh, that would that would be terrifying. Wasn't there like in the first season? Wasn't he chased by a giant bee drill or something like that? Multiple, and Pikachu like saved him.
Yeah, but yeah,
Territorial.
Yeah.
This rat isn't gonna save some 10-year-old.
Kill a 10-year-old.
It's gonna be like, you know what? I don't like you being here. The older people that show me love showed you love. I want that love. So shocky time.
Yeah. I did. What I really want to know is how much electricity this thing can produce. I mean, it's pretty vague, but
they didn't really say how much, but apparently it's enough to kill a family pet.
So
A lot.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how much a eel can produce. So, anywho, I think we're going to move on to our next subject that we have here. They wanted to talk about the submarine that actually imploded.
Yeah, so I can't believe 5 billionaires were on that. And, like, the youngest one was 19 because he was going with his dad for like, a Father's Day trip.
Right, yeah. It is actually a pretty sad thing. And I read that once the hull lost its integrity, that how fast that it crumpled was like, it took like 1 millisecond for it to completely crumple.
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah. One thing, this kind of amused me in the midst of all of this. The one thing that they found intact was the game controller that they used to control the machine.
Well, listen,
it was intact.
I saw a meme, and it was the submarine, and it was like, the controller is disconnected from this game.
It shows like the Xbox symbol at the bottom. Yeah,
Game
I
over.
saw that. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, but why would they use a controller to steer it?
I don't know. I don't know why they would pick that. I mean, I think they were trying to make it to where anybody could possibly control it if they needed to.
Seems stupid.
Yeah, it was definitely...
Need to get a pro gamer for that one.
Well, I mean, that Logitech controller was still intact, though, like I said.
So they found the submarine?
They found what was left of it, yeah.
So they didn't find any corpses or anything?
No, they were... so how fast it imploded, they had no time to react even with that. Because it so when I mean imploded, like it, kind of just collapsed in on itself because of all the weight. And it said it was like 2,200 miles per hour, or 2,200 feet per second is what it was. And it was like 1,500 miles per hour is how fast it imploded.
Jeez.
So, yeah, it was definitely fast. And
something I think is kind of funny, though, is, so I know this part isn't funny, but the father and the son that were there, they're, I don't know if it was a son or daughter, but they were at a Blink-182 concert when that was happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There was another thing that I saw. Did you guys hear about the billionaire family who wanted to hire somebody to take care of their pet for like $120,000 a year?
No, but it seems interesting.
My mom would do that.
Well, they were looking for somebody top of the line, but I guess the person they hired to find somebody like put it out on Google.
Why?
So
I got so many.
Oh yeah, they got all kinds of different people that were asking about. I can take care of your pet for $122,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
Probably a bunch of desperate responses.
Yeah, definitely. So we have one other serious subject, and then we'll kind of get into some of the more fun subjects on here and everything.
The stuff that was going on in Canada, like the wildfires and stuff.
Yeah.
It looked like an apocalypse in New York. Like all the videos you're seeing on the internet and stuff. It looked like the end of the world.
It definitely was weird. I saw pictures, and it reminded me of Mars, kind of, because it was like a red tint.
It was like rocky and
there was like a red tint to everything. The one thing, so it was funny because as that was happening, my boss was going on vacation to New York. and everything. And I was like, is he actually going to be able to make it up there and
It looked
everything?
like an Instagram filter.
Yeah. And he said that by the time he got there, it already cleared up, and it was like the next day. So it cleared very fast.
It cleared in like 3-4 days.
Yeah.
So.
A volcano struck nearby.
Something. But no, it was a lot of the
Wildfires.
happened in Canada, and it came over to Canada's right there next to New York, so it just kind of, the smoke kind of came down and covered like Times Square and stuff. So
Yeah, I don't really know that much about this subject, but it does seem extremely scary to an extent.
yeah,
The air quality was super like bad.
yeah,
Like people were getting headaches. I remember when that was going on. Like everyone was getting headaches. They could get like really bad respiratory.
Well, they were talking about like even passing out masks and stuff to people.
Yeah, they were
so
using air masks
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
It's the literal apocalypse.
Yeah.
those COVID masks came in handy again. So we'll kind of change gears here a little bit. Both my kids are into anime, things like that. So kind of wanted to give them an opportunity to maybe talk about a few different animes or even manga if they want. I know my son reads manga. My daughter used to read it, and they both have their animes that they like. You've been into the Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, or you that was one that you did watch for quite a while, and I actually heard a funny joke with that the other day, and there's like, these kids are crazy. They're watching something about a haunted toilet and stuff, and I was like, I know what that is because of you. So,
I watch kind of a lot of anime, just like maybe like half or slightly over a dozen, but I don't know very much. I'm either in the newer, really old animes.
right. Well, I mean, there's been some that you've watched that like I've recommended to you.
Yeah.
Like I recommended Parasite to you,
I finished that.
and you finished that one, and that was one that you really liked. In fact, I'm pretty sure on my phone, your ringtone is the theme song to Parasite.
Yeah. Parasite, it was really good. Like the storyline was,
Yeah.
it definitely had a pack.
Yeah.
It was like very attention getting.
Right. And I know I've been a big fan of My Hero.
Yeah. So how do I? It's kind of it comes and goes in waves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they just had the new season wrap up in the last few months.
Yeah.
Season 6, which I really liked. Have you haven't watched any more of season or of My Hero? Have you? What season did you stop at?
Like mid-season 4.
Mid-season 4? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a good show. There's a lot of different interesting topics that happen in there.
Yeah, I'm surprised there weren't more major deaths in it, though, because it's literally a bunch of villains fighting a bunch of heroes. So,
Yeah.
I'm honestly just surprised.
Yeah. So what would you guys say is like your favorite show that you're watching right now? Even if it's not anime, it doesn't have to be that.
South Park.
Can't really say,
Why?
but it probably could be like My Hero or Spy Family.
Yeah. Last night we did sit down and I watched my first episode of Spy Family. First three actually, and it's a pretty good show. It's funny. It's different, and I like how they have different. Everybody has their own little unique quirk about them in the show, so it's really cool.
Yeah, but so let's go into something like kind of conspiracies, but not really.
Like theories for the show?
Yes.
Okay. For which shows?
Like anime or maybe like My Hero or something.
Okay.
You were just getting into about the other day, like how you said Mirio should have inherited the power.
I did change my mind on that though. So I mean, because after watching season 6, you find out that it was a good thing that he didn't get that power. So yeah, I mean, at first I was, but after watching season 6, I understand why now All Might picked Midoriya to get the power instead of Mario. So,
Yeah.
Who is your favorite character in My Hero?
Hard to say. I'm more like in between, like maybe like. I know he didn't make much of an appearance in the show, but Overhaul was pretty cool. But I think my personal favorite is probably All Might.
Is Overhaul the one that got his hands cut off?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All Might's a good one. My favorite, and it's kind of sad now to me. So I have 2 favorites, and I'll tell you why I have 2 favorites. My first favorite was Todoroki.
Todoroki. The edgy.
I don't know. I just liked Icy Hot. You know, he was a great character. But I have a new favorite, and that is Tenya Ida. And I think it's probably because I've had, J. Michael Tatum on the podcast. And it's kind of made me kind of partial because, hey, I know the dude that plays the voice here. So that was really cool for me.
The English dubbed, anyway.
The English dub, yeah. Do you have a favorite character in My Hero?
Oh, this is hard because... hold on, give me a second. Probably either Twice or Bubbles.
Okay. Twice is a good character. He has a lot of development in that show. If you keep watching, you'll see even more development with him. He's funny. I like how funny he is.
Yeah, that's
so yeah.
And then Bubbles, she only showed up for a little while, but I still really liked her. I liked her character design.
Bubbles,
She's like blue skin, short-ish hair. You remember Bubbles?
She's Bubble Girl.
The Bubble.
From Sir Night-Eye's sidekick.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember her now. Okay, it took me a minute. I was thinking of Pinky. So
No.
Those are all good ones. But like I said, my 2 favorites are those. I think that Todoroki's getting a little mundane for me now. His character development has kind of stopped.
Too edgy.
Maybe edgy, but it just kind of stopped for me.
Yeah.
But
I can see why, because he isn't as prominent of a character that he was.
Right. I mean, he has a good story. I don't want to spoil anything because I'm sitting over here cringing because she doesn't want to know what's going on with the show because she hasn't caught up to where everything's at.
I haven't had the time.
Right, yeah.
I spend my summer gaming, dude.
Speaking of games, though, we're going to go on another subject, games.
Yeah, that is the subject that we do have here. So, we all have our favorites. We all have our ones that we like to play together.
And the classics.
Yeah, so I'm going to go around and let everybody kind of tell what their favorite is. We'll start with Connor.
You can't put me on the spot like this. But,
okay, let's break it down, okay? What is your favorite classic game?
Okay. One that's really nostalgic for me. I mean, not necessarily nostalgic because still a child, but the one that what got me first in the gaming and platforming and crap was probably Mario.
Okay.
But everyone knows Mario.
Right.
Everyone in the US anyways.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was cool at first, like a 2D platformer, sometimes 3D.
Right.
I just thought the concept was kind of cool, minus the lack of story. But,
So you'd say Mario's probably your favorite one for classic games?
Yeah, but the only thing I hate, that I can't stand about it, is the fact that it's the same formula every single time.
Save Princess Peach?
Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
The ones that don't revolve around this formula is,
Mario World, Mario 64, where you can throw the penguin off the cliff. Oh.
No, Super Mario, Mario Kart.
Oh, yeah. Which is a lot of fun in this house. We play Mario Kart. We have it on the Wii U. We've played it quite a bit there.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I really enjoy that one. we get really competitive in this house, especially when it comes to, tournament style games. We've got that we play. We also do the, what's the DC game that we play?
It's the Ultimate.
Injustice, Gods Among Us.
It's Ultimate though.
Yeah. The Ultimate version of it, which it has all kinds of really good characters. And when I first started playing it, I was terrible.
Yeah, you were. I beat you.
I had backup experience because I used to play it with my dad a lot.
Right.
Like 6, 7, 8.
Right.
I was like beating my dad up.
And so I found it at like a game store or something like that for like $5, and or a flea market. I think it was.
I found it at the flea market, and I showed you, and you're like, "Oh my god, it's
Injustice." Yeah. Well, and then we also got Super Smash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U.
Yeah.
We also have Super Smash Brothers for the 64. Love that game. So much fun. It's pretty funny.
And speaking of other like games that we have in like the similar consoles, like the Xbox, for example, not just on the PS3. Halo 3.
So Halo's a subject I do want to talk about, but before we get to that, I want Maddie to tell us what her favorite classic game is.
Okay.
My favorite is like Kirby, because I remember I used to play it on my phone a lot when I was little. Remember that? What was that game?
It's an emulator.
It was we had an emulator, and they removed it from the App Store.
Right. Yeah.
That was such fun. It had all the classic like old games on it.
Oh, I know. I was playing like the old Pokemon games on there from the Game Boy, because it was the Game Boy emulator that showed up in the Play Store for a while, and yeah, that one was a lot of fun.
That's the reason why I collect all the old consoles now, because they deleted that.
So, Kirby, there's a lot of different versions of that game, and I love how whenever you're playing it, you get the powers of whoever it is you swallowed.
I used to get so mad at that game. I was like little whenever I'd play it.
Yeah.
I got so angry.
Yeah.
Because I'd always like push the wrong buttons and not realizing. I'd be like, what am I doing?
So, getting back to one of the things that we talked about, we've all gotten mad playing this game before. And we get so competitive playing it as well. And that is Halo 3. In this house, we play a lot of Xbox 360 because it's just fun. I love playing Halo 3, and the kids love it too. And so, yeah, we've all gotten ticked off at each other. Maybe, raising our voices at each other a little bit or something. Yeah, definitely. I think there's pictures out there saying, you can hear the trash talk in this picture. But I've definitely heard these two trash talk a lot doing Halo.
Hey man, you dog water.
Yeah, I've heard that one a few times.
It's because you never get off my back with that sniper.
The sniper, remember when I was hiding with the ghost?
Oh god.
In that corner?
Yeah, I got.
Were you out there whenever I was doing that to him?
No.
So there's one we like the Forge map the best. Isn't that what it's called? No, Forge is what we like, and it's Last Resort is the map.
Yeah, which is a pretty weird name to call it.
Forge.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because you can create your own.
No, not Forge. The Last Resort.
Oh, because of Papa Roach. This is my last resort. Huh? Oh, that's fine. No, that's fine. That part.
Okay.
I'm not actually playing it, so no.
But you've seen too much of it.
Yeah. But when it comes to that, they're fine with, because I'm not actually playing the song. So she's over here. She was worried that we were going to get a copyright claim for me singing that part of the song. But
yeah. That go back to subject. Remember that ghost? Yeah, the ghost back.
When
you hid in that corner with the ghost, I got so mad over that.
You did. You were like, you got a little more mad than probably you should have.
Yeah.
It
was just stupid.
Surprised you haven't cried yet.
Okay, so I want to go back to the Injustice game for a minute. What is y'all's favorite character to use?
Raven.
That was quick.
So good. Raven.
Either Doomsday or Black
good.
Adam.
Black Adam.
I don't really like Black Adam's character. I don't like how he developed.
Do you guys know what mine is?
What?
You don't know?
Sinestro?
No. He was awful.
I think I know.
I beat you
What is
in
it?
less than 3 seconds.
Scorpion.
Oh, I would.
Imagine how Scorpion and Ares. Those are my best two on that game.
I didn't like Ares.
I figured out how to use him, and there's things that you can do where you can make him disappear and reappear
Yeah.
behind the person. I'm like, yeah, and Connor kept getting mad. He's like, you're spamming that move. So,
I mean, you kind of were, though.
well, you do what you got to do to make sure that you can win. All is fair in love and war.
No.
Oh.
Just no. So, let's talk.
I've got a few more subjects.
Okay.
So we're going to switch over to what. So you both are on summer break now, and everything.
Yeah.
You've been. Oh, hi, Popo.
No.
That's a good dog. Our dog just showed up and wanted to say hi. So, this episode is, a little crazy or indifferent than what I normally do and everything. But, that's what it's like having kids. And if you give a dad a podcast and I record with my children, it can get a little crazy and hectic sometimes. So, that's all right. Anyways, we're getting back to this. What's your favorite thing about summer break? What is your favorite thing to do on summer break?
Honestly, kind of hard.
I mean, is it sleeping in? Is it, being able to play video games
That
whenever you want to?
Being able to stay up late.
Yeah.
The sleeping schedule totally changing. Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that, but also you wake up later, so your day is kind of
Shot.
clunky.
Yeah, I get that. That's the reason why on the weekends now, I still try to wake up early. Maybe not as early as I would during the week, but I still do wake up a little early.
A little.
A little. I mean, there's some mornings you're awake before me.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't go to bed till like 12 and then wakes up at 6.
I know. I used to be able to do that. I can't do that no more. I've gotten old, so, I do what I can, but it doesn't always work out. I remember my favorite thing about whenever I was out of school was, so Pawpaw kind of did little odd jobs and stuff like that a lot of times. And so I would get to go with him to do like a job or something like that. Like he laid tile and did different things like that. And I would get to go with him and I would get to meet all kinds of cool people and stuff. And most of my summers were like that. I didn't sleep in a lot of the summers because, I was going with Pawpaw to different places. You have to speak back to me to make the conversation continue.
Cool.
We're gonna end this now.
You have bloopers at the
Oh,
end.
this is definitely going into that. So you're both in middle school now. I want to give you both an opportunity to tell me what is the biggest difference that you see between being in middle school compared to when you were in elementary school?
Kids are jerks.
Good.
That's everywhere.
Dude, kindergartners nowadays are like terrible, dude. They're mean. But anyways, the biggest, probably the schedule change and like different periods. That
Yeah.
I had a panic attack on the first day of school because I was like trying to figure out where all my classes were.
Right.
So crazy, and there's different times. And
You don't just stay in one classroom anymore.
No,
you
you
actually go to different ones.
And you have different, like, we have A days, B days, so, like, you have to focus on your schedule. Like, you got to be on top of that. And it's going to be even more mixed up next year because we're going to have, like, 4 different choices.
Oh, wow.
Instead of A day, B day.
Yeah.
Okay, so funny story. So in the first week of school, so I was like pretty nervous, right? Didn't talk to much of anyone. So I was trying to figure out where all my classes were, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't fully memorized them down, so I didn't understand they were like all in a kind of like a bit of a circle. So I went completely down a hallway when my classes were the first ones down the hallway. So I ended up being like 5 minutes late to class.
Oh no.
So we have a like planner that they gave us, and we taped our schedule into it. So I would carry that around with me every single day, every single class. I'd have that out, just to, like, make sure I had the right.
Right.
So we call it the Cougar Journal.
Okay.
Cougar Planner.
Yeah. So did you guys have, whenever I was in middle school and stuff, we had this, it might have been junior high. Well, yeah. They gave us, like you said, it was kind of like a planner, and it had like a little 3D thing, and you would like turn it, and it'd do like different shapes and everything. But you'd open it up, and it'd have all the days of the week, and you could write down what homework you had for that day, and different assignments, and all that stuff in there.
Yep, that's how mine was.
Okay, so they still do stuff kind of like that.
I don't know. I don't think they do it for him, but they do it for me.
Right.
Like, they made us pay like $6
Oh, okay.
at the end of the year for our planner. I still have my planner.
Right on.
So I used that to like December, and then I was like, I got my school year done.
Well, see, school's so much different than whenever I was in, because you guys have your Chromebooks and stuff that you use.
We have to carry them around in our backpacks. We have to like carry around notebooks, pencils.
Except they don't make the Chromebooks fun. Like 50 things are blocked on one website.
Yeah, and then they have like this thing called Go Garden where they can see our whole entire screen, they can see exactly what we're doing, what websites we're on, all of that.
Wow.
Hashtag stalking.
Well, I mean, they got to make sure that you guys are doing what you're supposed to do.
And they can block us off of websites. They can like freeze our screen. They can make us where we can't search up anything.
I remember them doing stuff like that. Like, we had computer lab. We didn't have computers that we took home. We'd go to a computer room.
Whenever I was in elementary, we had computer labs.
Okay. Well, even through high school. In high school, we didn't even have computer lab. We had the computers in the library, and that was it. You know?
That's how elementary was for me.
Yeah.
We just got this privilege.
Yeah. So, well, and I know it changed a lot with whenever COVID happened, and you guys.
I still have my COVID computer. I haven't turned it in still.
They haven't like asked for it or anything.
No.
That's weird.
So here's a bit of a story. So I honestly just find this kind of infuriating, but so I was on my computer and I kind of went on a game website, and instead of blocking the website, my teacher literally just disabled my browsing, which if you don't know what that means, it means you just can't search up anything anymore.
Like your Google isn't working anymore.
Yeah, that's what they did with like us too.
Oh wow.
But my question is, why are you on a gaming website in the middle of class?
Which was an extremely stupid thing to do because
for you to do, not the teacher.
My boy's over here telling on himself.
Okay. So I may have not been able doing what I may have not been able to. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to. However, I think the teacher could have handled it differently.
Yeah.
Instead of just disabling all my windows.
Right.
They should have just took me off the website.
Yeah.
So I know I'm kind of telling on myself, kind of.
Listen, has she told the class before not to get on games whenever you're doing?
No, the teacher literally didn't say that at all.
Not kind of, you look like you're fibbing.
It was a sub.
Oh.
Well, so your teacher would have said. Exactly.
So this teacher might have been extremely paranoid because apparently they were on their phone.
Oh.
Well, they have permission. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. School is so much different than whenever I was in school. But did you know that it's been this year 16 years since I graduated high school?
Old man alert.
That's so rude. So rude.
So
back in my day, we didn't have computers.
Back in my day.
So we should go back to games like a first-person shooter.
Okay.
What's your favorite?
Halo.
Ooh, hold on.
Yeah, forget Call of Duty. Halo. Halo all the way.
Ooh, that's hard.
I mean,
Wait.
Sure.
Yeah.
Um.
Well, Fortnite is like a third person, right?
Yeah.
Because you can actually see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I suck at Fortnite. By
Yeah,
the
I
way.
mean,
Stab the A
technically,
button.
some of the Resident Evil games aren't they? Some of them.
There are some, yes, I believe that you
Either
can do.
Resident Evil or Doom. I really like Doom.
Doom's fun.
Like the,
Yeah.
I have the new, or not new, but
The
like,
remake of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of shooter games, remember that game we played just randomly? It was called Gears of something.
Gears of War.
Yeah.
That,
Gears
that's
of War.
third person.
Yeah, we both sucked at it.
No, we did. I was good at that.
So,
I mean,
Nice. If you died multiple times and you made it start over, I died like twice, dude. And you were like kept dying, so you kept going ahead of me. And I was like, dude, you need to wait up.
well, we definitely have lots of different. I love that we have all those different game consoles and stuff there in the garage and all that. So it's a lot of fun. We have like a little gaming area to where we can play all different kinds of stuff. So I want to move on to our very last subject that we have here. As you know, I do a lot of stuff with wrestling. I've had a lot of wrestlers on my podcast. I'm going to kill both of my children. I'm watching them do... No, stop it. Okay. Anyways, so as you know, I have a lot of different wrestlers that come on the show and stuff like that. Well, I've gotten to take my kids to different wrestling shows over the last few years. And so I kind of wanted to give them an opportunity to maybe talk about maybe what their favorite show that they went to was, and maybe if they had a favorite match or a favorite memory from going to one of these wrestling shows. Oh gosh.
Okay. This is going with the bloopers. Okay, go on. Okay, go on. It's going in the bloopers for sure.
Did y'all hear anything that I said?
No.
The favorite wrestling show?
So what I was asking is, do you have a favorite show out of the shows that I've taken you guys to? What would be your favorite one that you've went to? And maybe if you have a favorite match or a favorite memory from the show, what would it be?
Probably like the Diamond State Wrestling one.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing really memorable that happened. It just good all-around matches. The antagonists, I would say, did pretty good at being
the heels. You mean
the heels?
Yeah, the heels of the show.
I mean, yeah.
Which is the one that had Mr. Nasty in it?
That was Diamond State that we went to. So we've seen him twice.
The first one I went to, literally, he would get hit and he'd go, ah!
Yeah. Right where you get, woo!
Are you guys talking about Mr. Nasty?
We are, yeah.
Yeah. He was
I love his
fun.
outfit. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
He got the purple and the fur and all that stuff. Yeah, that's right. Well, and he even has the baby powder, so you know he can like pimp slap somebody with the baby powder hand. So, but Diamond State's been a lot of fun. I know they have another show coming up in August, I think it is. So
August.
yeah. Do you have a favorite moment from any of these that we've went to? Huh? The Mr. Nasty?
Either Mr. Nasty or the one where, so with Emmy and then her cousins came out and stuff.
Yeah. That was
Like,
the
that's
last show we went to.
and
Yeah.
like, Xander turned into a heel.
Yeah.
That was like big plot twist. And I was
Yeah.
like, holy crap, dude,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Remember Mr. Fit?
Oh
the
no.
shake weights.
Mr. Fit. Yeah. With the shake weights, and he walked out smoking a cigarette, and
When he
the shirt that only covers like top half
I
of
didn't
him.
see him.
when
Huh? Not this
I
time.
haven't seen him.
Well, he was with when we went to the Crown Championship shows. He wasn't at
when
Diamond State.
when he walked out, I was so taken off guard.
Yeah.
Like I was like, what the?
Yeah, he was.
I thought he'd be this giant, muscly man.
So, Connor, you haven't got to see this person, but Maddie has. Do you remember Judy Azul? She was the one with the blue hair.
She was so pretty.
So she actually was introduced to indie wrestling by Mr. Fit. Mr. Fit is the one who got her into wrestling and stuff.
There's no way.
Yeah. So,
that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Lift baby weights.
It's not baby weights, it's a shake weight. So they were popular at one time because it's like a resistance training. It's supposed to build up your muscles because you keep going like this. Moving on from that subject, we have one more subject that we're going to talk about that's not on the list. We're going to talk about music a little bit. And I want both of them to tell me who either their favorite singer or their favorite band or favorite artist is and why they like them. So, Maddie, we'll let you go first. So.
I have two.
Okay.
Okay, so probably my number one would be Falling in Reverse.
Uh-huh.
And then my second, Morgan Wallen.
Okay. So, Roddy Radke is definitely...
Ronnie Radke's freaking amazing.
He's
Love
great.
Ronnie Radke.
Me and you were
So
jamming
funny.
out to him in the car today when we went to go get water and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's another comfort band.
Yeah. And then Morgan Wallen, he's changed the game when it comes to country music again. So
For sure, like
yeah.
So the first song I like mainly knew by him was Chasing You because I was like popular at the time.
Right.
And then I was like, oh wait, let's listen to more of his stuff. I was like, oh my god, there's not a singular song by him that I don't like.
Right. Yeah.
And then, okay, maybe there's some by Ronnie Radke I'm okay with, but they're not my favorite. But like,
right.
He has some banger stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just, his vocals are crazy, dude.
They are, especially the "Watch the World Burn" song that he has. I know a lot of people don't like that song, but
I didn't know that man could rap.
I know.
My daddy was talking to me. He was like, "That I normally don't like rapping, but that he can rap."
That was like an Eminem rap god style Godzilla,
I would
esque type thing.
Imagine Eminem and Ronnie Radke going against each other.
That would be cool.
Rap.
I would like to see that. Yeah.
So, speaking of music, and school.
Okay.
So, speaking of that, it's like band and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm doing that. And, what? You're doing choir?
I got to advanced choir for next year.
That's awesome. Both y'all are doing really cool stuff when it comes to that. But Connor, what I was asking is, what is your favorite artist? Because I know you like a lot of EDM music and things like that as well. But you also have some metal bands that you like. So
yes.
Who are some of the ones that you have that you like?
I mean, the first one that comes to mind, the one I listen to the most, is Brand of Sacrifice.
They're good. They've got some good stuff. They've got some bangers. As Maddie put it a minute ago. Bangers.
And this one's so I haven't liked this one until kind of recently. Mm-hmm. So Linkin Park is a good one.
They are good, yeah. That's a proud moment for both of my children liking Linkin Park because they're
Used to be my favorite band.
Yeah, they're always near and dear to my heart. I am a huge Chester Bennington and Mike Shinoda guy. I love everything that they've done.
My biggest thing was that I don't know how to feel about their new music. Like you gotta like it though, because that's kind of like the last stuff.
Right. That's all we have left.
Yeah.
We're not going to get anything else unless they have some AI created stuff.
I know.
It's a little weird, but
it's weird.
I still enjoy what I've heard from it, and I know that. This is this year is the 20-year anniversary of when Meteora came out, so
that's one of their best albums.
That's my favorite album is Meteora. Mm-hmm. So, Connor, there's a EDM band that you really like that you play all the time in the car. I think it's called Eleps. It's ELEPS.
I only like it because I don't know. I just found it once, on a YouTube, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because it recommended to me.
Uh-huh.
Because I listened to random sounds.
Right.
For memes.
Right.
And I just came across it and cool music.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're pretty cool. They've got some pretty bumping songs. So, do you guys have a favorite song that you're listening to right now?
Nope.
No? All right. Do you have a favorite song that you're listening to right now?
Hold on, I need time to look.
I'm gonna have more bloopers than I am actual recording.
Good luck in the editing section.
Yeah, this is gonna take forever.
Oh, I don't know. You should call this episode the night of the bloopers.
No, I'm calling it Current with the Kids.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so my two favorite by Ronnie Radke, Falling in Reverse,
Uh-huh.
probably Bad Girls Club and then Fashionably Late, both from the Fashionably Late album.
Yeah. I think the Fashionably Late we were listening to today in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Connor, do you have a favorite song that you're listening to?
No.
Okay. Well, we are coming up on a close on this episode. I'm really glad I was able to do this. This is something a little different than what I've had before, but they've been wanting to do this for a while. Come in here and do an episode with me, and finally had the time to actually come and do this. So, thank you guys for actually being on here with me tonight, and maybe we can do this again here soon.
Maybe.
All right. Y'all have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to the Vinyl Word Podcast, where forgotten spoken word records are revisited with a comedic twist. Join me, Steve Beach,
and me, Brian Mayer, for a trip down memory lane, where records weren't only for music, but also education.
Learn to bowl, throw a dinner party, or hit a baseball, all while being tethered to a spinning record on a gigantic stereo.
It was well-intentioned, ineffective, and totally ridiculous. But what other options did they have? And let's be honest, Steve, we can describe the internet the same way.
Yeah. Listen to the Vinyl Word Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Pocket Cast, iHeartRadio.
Literally anywhere they get their podcast is what
Stitcher,
we're doing.
Deezer.
Hey listeners, I'm glad you're enjoying what you're listening to. I'm Billy from Zero to Hero Podcast. I'll always be joined by Jim, and me and him are the Folk and Skull Podcasting. If you definitely like jumping down rabbit holes from week to week of anything that ranging from the old school Power Rangers 90s-esque nostalgia, or we could even be talking about moon landings. So, I know you're interested, so definitely after the show, come check us out. Zero to Hero Podcast.
Hey there, podcast listener. You enjoying what you're listening to? Well then, do I got a special treat for you. Storytime with Cosplay Dude 637. That's me. I'm your host. And I like to tell you stories. Stories that I personally enjoy. So, buckle up, get comfortable, because we're going on a wild ride.
All right, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed that episode with my kiddos. I had a lot of fun recording that with them, and I know that they did too. We'll have to try to get them back on here maybe a little more often and everything so they can kind of check in. I know that they really enjoy every time that they get to be on here. So I've got some cool ones that are coming up. Next week's episode, we'll have Stephen E. He is a manager for Mid-States Wrestling and SICW and lots of other places as well. And I'm really excited to have him on to kind of talk. It's one that's been in the works for quite a while, you know, and I'm just really excited to have him on. I know that you guys are really going to enjoy hearing what he has to say. He has over 20 years experience in the business of wrestling, so it's going to be a great episode for you guys to hear, so make sure that you tune back in for that one next week. If you want to keep up to date with everything that's going on with iGetApp, then make sure that you're staying tuned with all of the social media. I'm on everything. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok even. Just make sure that you're following me on all those places. Just look up If You Give a Dad a Podcast, and you can find me. You can also look me up on Google. I'm the first 10 to 15 results that you find on there as well. And if you guys want to send me an email, you can do so by sending it to giveadatapodcast@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you guys. I will have a link to all of this stuff in my show notes. I'll have my Linktree up, and you guys can follow me based off of that there. Send me an email from there as well. As you're listening to this, make sure that you go out and rate and review this episode. Tell me what you think of it. Tell me whether you like it. Tell me whether you don't. Tell me whether you'd like me to have more like this or not. You can either send me an email and tell me this, or you can send me a message. Or if you want to give me a review on Facebook or Instagram or whatever app that you're using to listen to this episode, make sure that you let me know how I'm doing. When you rate and review this, it makes me more visible to other people who may enjoy this episode and this show as well. Also, make sure that you're subscribed and that you've hit that notification bell. That way you get notified every time a new episode of I Get App drops. Make sure you do that stuff. I've got some really cool news. I have joined another podcast network. That means I'm a part of 3 now, and I'm always a part of the OIW Podcast Network and the Avenue Podcast Network. Well, now I am partnered with Zero to Hero Podcast Network. You guys might have seen that I posted something online about it, a little video type of thing, and I'm really excited to be a part of these guys. They're a lot of fun. You may have heard my episode that I had with them, the Billy and Jim. They have some really cool stuff on their show, and I enjoyed talking with them. Make sure you go listen to their episodes, as well as a lot of the other people. Cosplayer Dude, he's one of the guys that I've had on the show in recent weeks that you guys heard. A lot of fun talking with him. He has his own different podcasts as well. Make sure that you go and follow his stuff. There's many other great ones on there as well, and I do look forward to maybe having all of these different people on my podcast as well. But go and look. I have them in my Linktree, and you can find all of the different people who are a part of the Zero to Hero Podcast Network on that website. It is on my Linktree. Just want to say thank you to them for bringing me into this group. I love hanging out with them. I love talking to them. They're a great group of guys on there on the Discord group. So just make sure that you go out there and you follow the Zero to Hero Network people as well. So I do have merch out. I have shirts out. You can get a shirt for $20. If you need it shipped, then it's $25. I have stickers. I have all kinds of different stickers, and they are $3 a piece, or you can get 3 of them for $6. Hit me up on social media and tell me which ones you want. Also, my wife is the one who does all of my merch for me, so if there's something that you need custom made, make sure that you hit me up or hit up my wife on her page as well. I will have that in my show notes, and that is Cups and Teas by Stasha. She can make all kinds of great things, whether it be a tumbler or it be a shirt or coffee mug, or if you want stickers done for you, she does those. She even does them in bulk. So if you need a lot of stickers, she can do that. Just hit her up. She can cut you a great deal. And make sure you follow her stuff. I want to give a shout out to D-Cure for making my ending theme song. He's a great guy. He makes all kinds of great music. And I'm very grateful for him to have made my ending theme song for me. And so go out there, follow him. Give him love just like all the rest of them that I've said here tonight. I love you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Room rounded, but I got a podcast on. He calls us beautiful people, then tells us who we have on. The best part of my day, though we're blocked out in my pods. Tell my friends all about it so that they follow along. And the host is kinda nerdy, but guess what, I am as well. I don't feel so alone, and I began walking out of my shell. Heard a story, I need a connection I haven't felt. I'll be looking for the next one, till then farewell. It's the podcast for me. Have it on, better go see. Listen closely, download and tune in remotely. It's the podcast for me. Have it on, better go see. And listen closely, download and tune in remotely.
This podcast is part of the OIW Podcasting Network.